Hey everyone, this is Mo Twister, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuki.
That was the OG, Mo Twister, promoting this podcast. If you like Korean pop culture, or know someone who does, then get into it, and visit our Facebook, Twitter and Instagram pages at the Kingdom Pod PH.
We're proud to tell you that this is one of the premier shows to go to for your weekly dose of K-pop. So drop everything and listen to the Kingdom Podcast. Available in all your podcast streaming platforms.
Join us!
If you like this episode, please rate the podcast 5 stars, 6 and take your dome. This podcast is a member of Bun Collective.
Welcome to your unfiltered Tagalog Wrestling Podcast. And this is the MTG Show Podcast, our wrestling podcast. Okay, it's Friday. You know what that means. Welcome to your unfiltered Tagalog Wrestling Podcast. And this is the MTG Show Podcast, a wrestling podcast. Tonight on the podcast, we're going to discuss a lot. Yes, when I say a lot, there's a lot. Seryoso ah. So, tonight, on our episode on this week's podcast, sabi ko, ang original plan nito is gonna be huge, no? I'm going to do attention to detail tonight. Come back. Yes, kailangan na rin yun. Number 2, we're going to do Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor predictions. Kasi, back-to-back na yun. Pero, I'm not going to do a review na kagaya ng as usual since SummerSlam is coming then. Ayoko munang i-back-to-back na reviews yung mga gagawin ko. So, ngayong Death Before Dishonor, probably I'm going to do a recap lang on what happened. Kung gusto nyo makita yung thoughts ko, probably papost ko na lang on TikTok or any platform, whatever. And anyway, sa shows, dito sa podcast platforms. Then, we're going to talk about everything what happened on this week's Raw, SmackDown, NXT, UK especially. UK, we're going to talk about UK. Then, yung G1. So, we're going to do a recap on what happened sa G1 Climax. So, G1, tatapos ng 3 nights. Nung Saturday, Sunday, then yesterday. Then, ayun. Basically, yun lang ang ating pag-uusapan for this week's episode. Ayun, nga pala, to heads up, ang ating pag-uusapan sa attention to detail this week is yung women's tag titles. So, malamang sa malamang, ibibitin ko yung thoughts ko on the women's tag titles and ibibigay ko yung commentary ko on this. Then, on Monday, Manila time, ito-drop ko to as a separate podcast doon sa Attention to Detail podcast na naka-separate yon. So, ito-drop ko siya separately doon ng mas maikli. No? Ganun naman ako lagi. To Friday, dito nyo una mo naririnig yon. Then, Monday, doon sa show. Okay? So, for this week's episode of the podcast, before we go, let's start our show with some plugs. So, follow the pod. Lahat, syempre. Follow nyo naman kami. Huwag nyo namang puro kinig lang at comment lang pagka may mga questions, top questions. So, baka naman i-follow nyo yung show on social media at the MTG Show Pod. Then, all of the social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube. So, syempre, YouTube. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just search the MTG Show Podcast. Then, ayun, you can watch our first yung ating archived episode with Miss Ringside Drain Cruise. So, yun. Yun lang muna. So, eto, appetizer muna before we go to our predictions and syempre yung ating G1. Let's talk about with Ric Flair and his final match. So, in-announce na nung Tuesday, Manila time, that Ric Flair will have his final match ever. Tangin na kasi, pag wrestling kasi, alam nyo ako, nababam ako or nababother ako pag sinasabi yung term na last match ever. Kasi hindi naman nangyayari Hindi naman siya nagkakatotoo unless mamatay yung tao. No offense sa iba. Meron iba na nire-respeto nila yung retirements nila o yung mga last matches nila. Shawn Michaels. It kind of reminds me of him. Sorry. Pero yun. So, ito nga, last match ever. So, the event is by Johnny Cricket, whatever. So, it's from NWA, probably. So, the match na official is a combination of WWE and AEW. Ric Flair and Andrade El Idolo versus Slapnuts, Jeff Jarrett, and Jay Lethal. I know, may connection si Jay Lethal kay Ric Flair noon. Pero that's it. That's the only reason why he's here on this matchup, basically. And Jeff Jarrett, to be honest, I don't know what the hell he's doing here. Di ko alam bakit siya nandito in the first place. Parang, ngayon, saling kit-kit lang. But, okay. Then, Andrade, understandable naman kung ba't nandyan si Andrade. Then, Ric Flair, obviously, he is the man na magre-retire. Retire ko, no? Tayo na, pag ito nag-compete pa ulit after nito, putangin, I'm going to cut my fucking hand. I swear to God. If magmamatch pa to after nito, I'm going to cut my fucking hand. Then ipapadonate ko. Tapos ipapaluto ko, ganyan. Tangina. Those fucking retirement matches is so fucking unnecessary. Like, who in the fucking hell took those things seriously? Do you remember the Shawn Michaels thing? Do you remember the Undertaker thing? I hope he's in peace now. But, then, tandaan niyo ba yung ibang retirement matches na I could not take seriously? Like, Triple H. For example, Triple H. Triple H, di ba, akala niyo magre-retire na siya before the disaster, before this permanent retirement. Alam niyo, I'm so fucking pissed on that. But, I'm glad he's retired now permanently. So, yun. Wala naman tayo kailangan gano'ng pag-usapan kay Ric Flair. So, let's go to AW since it's a small talk lang naman. So, first, yun nga, AW. Nag-backfire yung attempt ni Christian Cage na amuhin si Luchasaurus and bumalik siya kay Jungle Boy. So, si Jungle Boy bumalik sa TV to confront both of them, but si Luchasaurus, he decided to walk away with Jungle Boy. So this is a face turn to me. Yeah, it's a face turn. Pero that's his second turn already in 1 month. Man, I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. Tapos, imagine nyo next week, babalik na rin nito si Jungle Boy. That's his third already. And it's funny. Pumipiyok na ako. Good Lord. It's funny kasi andun pala sa AEW si Paul White. It's funny because there's a lot of turns and pumangit lalo yung feud. Dapat dapat isolo nyo na lang si Jungle Boy kung ganun. Dapat ganun na lang yung nangyari. No? And I wish na nagstay na lang sa character na to si Luchasaurus. I like his character now. Christian Cage being an asshole. I'm proud of that. I love that character. But sana, ano lang to? Plot twist. Siguro may aasahan pa tayo on 3 of them. And ang endgame naman nito patigurado is Christian Cage versus Jungle Boy, for sure. And naman makukuha natin endgame by All Out or before All Out or probably during, basta road to All Out probably. Makukuha natin yung 1-on-1. Second thing, let's talk about Darby and Kenny King. So, Brody King. Brody King, not Kenny King. Iba yun. So, si Brody King, he attacked Darby prior to this match in a contract signing. Tapos, ayun. So, naset ni TK yung match. Then, ayun. My thoughts on that? It's kinda, hindi siya ganong appetizing for me. Parang, alam niyo ang problema ko dito with their bookings. Oo, maganda yung nagiging product. Pero when they build some stories, it's either hit or miss. Oo, at this point, their storylines are hit or miss. Pero, hindi naman sinasabi ko na pangit. Hindi ko sinasabing pangit. Pero, it's more than a hit or miss at this point. It's just a throw. Parang ka nagbabato ng basketball. Pero hindi mo mahulaan. O hindi mo mapipredict if kaya mong tirahin, papasok o palabas yung bola. Kasi if you're going to throw the ball na diretso, ganyan, example, at sigurado kang papasok at hindi ka kampante sa tira mo, sasala yan. Tama? Ganon yung booking nila kay Darby so far. Hindi ko maintindihan what's the point of this. Can you please put him in a match versus Wardlow? And hell, we're gonna get a match. A freaking matchup. I don't care if Darby is gonna an hospital after of death, but it's gonna be a big banger for sure. No. Si Sting, nasa na si Sting? Question, nasa si Sting? Sorry, di ko napapansin si Sting lately. Sobrang out of touch ako dito sa story na to. Hindi ko na nakikita si Sting. Seriously. Duling lang talaga ako. Please, paki-clarify nga ako. I'm not sure about that. Okay. Third thing. To Dynamite. Let's talk about the barbed wire everywhere match between Chris Jericho and Eddie Kingston, with the members of JAS suspended in a shark cage. So the reason of that shark cage is may Shark Week sila sa Discovery. You know, Discovery is now part of Warner. So that's the reason why. And Warner wants AEW to participate in their bullshit. So that's a mess. I thought, bigyan ko kayo ng I thought na it's gonna be a good idea, but that's a bad idea. Sobrang pointless. Like, putra guys, kung gagamitin din nila yung woman as an excuse to pull these motherfuckers out, sana hindi nyo nalang ginanyan. Sana binan nyo nalang sa ringside pare-parehas. Putek na yan. Parang ginamit nyo lang yung shark cage as an excuse to distract eh. Kasi andun na yung distraction mismo eh. And it's so fucking bad. The match alone, bad. Sobrang bad. Mas bad pa to sa sneakers ng ITZY. Seryoso. Mas bad pa to sa sneakers ng ITZY. I swear to God. This match is so fucking bad. The only good thing about this match was the turn of Anna Jay. Yun lang. Parang yun lang ang good thing dito. I wish this match or this feud in general will be over. Sana, ang magtutuloy-tuloy na lang sana yung feud ng women, sila Anna Jay, sila Ruby Soho. Understandable naman yun kasi bago pa lang sila sa mix. And I would love to see Eddie Kingston versus Claudio Castagnoli winning or not this Sunday at Death Before Dishonor. Regardless kung mananalo man siya o hindi, I would love to see those two motherfuckers comparing each other one-on-one. Alam niyo naman yung history between them. Kung hindi nyo alam yung history, you can check out Joseph Montesilio's YouTube video na kung saan hinighlight niya lahat noong context, lahat ng details about the story between Eddie Kingston and Claudio Castagnoli. Sana ma-emphasize nila yun on TV once we got the match. But for now, I'm going to base on this match, Jericho and Eddie Kingston. I'm so fucking pissed on this. Like, number one, bakit nga ba may shark cage? I know, sinabi ko na yung reason. Obvious reason na yun. Number two, ba't napansin ko, sobrang pointless ito. And, yeah, the match, I know, heels won. Nanalo yung mga heels. I know. Di ako tanga. Pero, kung questionin natin yung mismong laban, so fucking lazy. So fucking bad. Like what I said, mas bad pa to sa sneakers ng ITZY. If you get what I'm trying to say here, check their MV. So fucking bad. Yun lang talaga. It's so fucking bad. And Jericho, man, please retire. Yun. So basically, yun lang ang ating AEW thoughts on this week's episode of the podcast. Wala naman akong thoughts about Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill is still green. Yeah, so, nag-i-improve na siya. Yun lang. And John Moxley is on the second match of the card. So funny, right? Imagine your world champion is on the second match of the card. So fucking funny. Okay, sana kung opener eh. Pero, it's so fucking funny to see na ganito. Oh, good lord. 16 minutes wala tayo at putang ina. I'm so fucking pissed already. So, mas lalala pa yan mamaya. So, we're going to take our first commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk about WWE basically. And we're going to talk about G1. Afternoon G1. Then, third half, probably pag samahin na natin G1 and then yung attention to detail ko. Then, finally, G1 tuloy. Yung ating ATD, then, yung predictions natin for Death Before Dishonor, then, picks of the week. Yun. So, before we go to our first commercial break, let's talk about some stuff on Lazada. So, syempre, like what I said, every week na lahat ng bagay ay nasa Lazada yan. Kahit condom, kahit semento, nasa Shopee yan, utang na loob. Natatawa ako doon sa nakita ko sa Shopee recently. Na semento, tapos pinaship nila. It's so fucking funny. Wala bang hardware dyan sa inyo? Like, oh shit. May semento sa Shopee. Okay, so kung gusto nyo bumili ng semento sa Shopee o Lazada, so Lazada muna tayo. So if you want to support the podcast on Lazada, you can use my link on the description below. O kaya, syempre, yung aking link TR, you can use that. Direct yun sa browser. Diretso yung Shopee app. Pwede makatulong here on the pod. Or you can use my link, podlink.co/6gs. Again, that's podlink.co/6gs. Sige, pag hindi nyo yan ginamit, magkakasemento sa bahay nyo, sa tuktok na bahay nyo. Tama. Pati sa ulo mo. Semento. Okay, so we're going to take our first commercial break. Let's check our bunkmates here on Bunk Collective.
Hirap na po kaming mag-anak. Tambak po ang labahin, wala pong lutong ulam, ang dumi-dumi po ng bahay. Ang mga anak po namin 3 araw na pong walang ligo. Hindi ko po siya makausap na ng maayos. Wala po siyang ginawa kundi makinig ng podcast. Yun po bang The Balut Kiki Project? Kung saan po siya nakikinig, Spotify, Apple iTunes, Podchaser. Maya't maya po bigla na lang pong tatawa, bigla na lang pong iiyak habang nakikinig. Ano po bang meron sa podcast na yan? Ano po bang meron sa The Balut Kiki Project podcast na yan?
The Balut Kiki Project. Batteries not included.
Get in, loser. We're going shopping.
I can't. I'm sick.
Weh, yung tataa.
Boo, you whore. Lockdown pa rin.
Huh? 2021 na.
So, anong gagawin natin?
Di, magstay na lang sa house at makinig sa Astrology, the podcast. With new episodes every Tuesday on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts.
So, welcome back to the show. Let's continue our stuff. Okay, continue tayo with Raw. Or SmackDown muna. SmackDown. Let's start with SmackDown. So, Slapnuts, Jeff Jarrett. Na-mention ko na to kanina, but I'm going to mention him again because may agenda na naman. So, nag-main event, SmackDown, Angelo Dawkins versus Jimmy Uso. Tama. It was Jimmy Uso. Then, after the match, they announced that Slapnuts, Jeff Jarrett, will be the special guest referee for their match at SummerSlam. What's the reason? Simple lang. Nashville. Yun lang naman nakikita kong reason why they used him on this scenario. Yun lang basically. Yun lang naman ang ano sa kanya eh. Nashville is a TNA country. And TNA was founded by Jeff Jarrett. So, yun lang naman ang reason why they inserted Jeff Jarrett in the mix. And I don't give a fuck about Jeff Jarrett. I hope lang na Jeff Jarrett will ref this match and the middle. Sana hindi siya maging bias. Kagaya, sana maging clear na yung match. And hindi na magkaroon ng controversy. So, mas gusto ko sana na ladder match to. Pero mukhang sa September natin makukuha yun. If ibibitin na naman tayo, mukhang sa September natin makukuha yun. Or maybe episode of SmackDown. I would love to see them in a TLC fucking match. Seryoso. Mas gusto ko yung ganong ano. Like, this is SummerSlam. SummerSlam will take place in Nissan Stadium. 35 plus 1,000 ang estimated nila for this pay-per-view. Premium live event. And do it in that way. Hell, it's gonna be good. Seryoso, magaganda yun. Pero, mas maganda sana kung ladder match na lang. Or maybe a TLC match, Profits. Pwede rin ilagay New Day, pwede rin ilagay yung Vicious Viking Raiders, pwede rin ilagay yung Uso, sabay-sabay. Like, sabay-sabay na eh. Masyado nilang pinapahirap yung sarili nyo dyan. Mas maganda sana kung ladder match to. I'm so fucking serious on this. Profits, Usos, ladder match, SummerSlam pa naman. It's gonna be good for sure. But mukhang ganito kasi yan eh. Tinatrato nila yung UK show, Clash of the Castle, as a big show. Just like the big fives, no? And just like the Saudi pay-per-views, speaking of Saudi, there's a Saudi pay-per-view coming. So, magkukumpit na naman si Goldberg dito? Nak ng puta. Ayun, so, mas maganda sana kung if magkakaroon na naman ng controversy dito sa match na to, dapat dapat ilagay na lang nila as a ladder match to eh. Sobrang missed opportunity. Sobrang sayang. Sobrang nasasayangan ako. I love this feud pero sobrang sayang nito. I'm so impressed on the chemistry between Profits and the Usos. Pero sobrang dismaya ako na ang makukuha lang natin is snap nuts. I'm so fucking pissed. Okay, let's continue. Let's talk about Lacey Evans. So, the Lacey Evans go to hell rampage continues. And ginalit niya yung crowd. So, she said na I'm not going to compete on this match versus Aliyah. Which is she did. She didn't. Then, sinabi niya na this crowd can go to hell. Like, is this show to be 14 already? It's so fucking horrendous. And so fucking lazy booking. Like, this feud, this lazy booking was rated by 11-year-old kid na binubuli dahil ang pangit niya magsalita doon sa unahan. Like, ganun lang yan. It's so fucking horrendous. It's so fucking disgusting in my fucking eyes. And to put a more heat on this, Lacey Evans is a motherfucking waste on this scenario for now. I wish lang na makukuha natin yung proper match between Lacey and Aliyah para manahimik na tong putang ina to. Then, ayun. Sana ayusin niyo naman yung booking sa kanya. Lacey Evans, maganda yung gimmick niya nung una eh. Ba't binago nyo pa? Ano na lang eh. Sa bagay, WWE nga pala to, magaling sila mambaboy. Di na rin kagulat-gulat eh. Then, continue tayo. So, let's talk about Bianca Belair versus Carmella. Wow. We're talking about Carmella now. Ito, sasabihin ko sa inyo, I don't care about this match. But, yung bagay na I care about this match is, ito na yung last for now. Then, after of the match, Becky Lynch, maybe ba? After ba? O before yun. After, alam ko before yun eh. Before the match, Becky Lynch called Bianca Belair out. Then, she challenged her in a SummerSlam match. The match was made official of the match between Mela and Bianca. Then, we're going to get another deja vu. Maybe. But in this case, we're gonna get a win for Bianca. We're going to talk about more next week. But, yeah. So, ako lang ba nagsasawa dito? To be honest, ako lang ba nagsasawa sa feud between Bianca and Bex? I know this is a big event, but ako lang ba yung nagsasawa dito? We want new challengers, man. Build Bianca, do drop. Give it to me. I'm so fucking excited about what's the plans for kung ano yung mga plano nyo for the UK talents on this one. I would love to see kahit sino sa UK side. Either maybe Nikki ASH or either maybe Doudrop. I would love to see them shine in the UK show. Hindi yung 24/7 lang yung ipapanalo nila or hindi sila magko-compete just for the people lang. No. It's just bullshit. hindi lang dapat si Drew McIntyre yung UK talent na dapat mag-celebrate dito sa UK. No. It's too shit for me. I wish there's a woman na dapat mag-celebrate din ng kanyang panalo sa UK. And actually, the perfect woman for that is Doudrop talaga. Pero based on what we're seeing right now, let's go to the 24/7. So 24/7 championship. So there's a lot of title changes here this week's Raw. So first, Akira Tozawa winning the title over Dana Brooke. Then Nikki ASH pinned. Wait lang. Nikki ASH pinned Akira Tozawa. Then Nikki ASH was pinned by Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss was pinned by Doudrop. Then Doudrop was pinned by Tamina. And then Tamina was pinned by Dana Brooke. Then she left the match. So fucking horrendous. I fucking hate this sequence. Ito, speaking of which, this is a big missed opportunity for R-Truth. Kasi if you remember, R-Truth is here on the third hour of Raw last week. Bakit ngayon wala siya sa third hour? Actually, I was thinking about that. So, R-Truth, sana siya yung magsasalba nitong segment na to eh. Feeling ko siya. Pero, missed opportunity, man. Sana nilagay nila dito si R-Truth and maybe masasalba niya yung shit na to. But, wala si R-Truth. So fucking sad about this. It's kinda mixed opportunity for me. Parang nilagay nyo na lang yung mojito, sinamahan mo ng lahat. Sinamahan mo ng Red Horse, sinamahan mo ng gin. Sumakit yung tiyan mo. Ganyan yung naging booking dyan. Sobrang rushed. Sobrang shit for me. So, eto, I'm not saying na, the 24/7 title is a joke. But, joke yung booking. So, hindi siya magiging joke kung maayos yung booking eh. Pero, they want to book this like a joke. So, that's why I'm calling it a joke. Seriously, like, do something better about this title. And speaking of titles, mamaya na. Let's save it for ATT tonight. So, pag-usapan natin a little bit yung... Wait lang. Wala pa tayo. Masyado tayo nagpupunta sa excited part. Masyado tayo excited. Doon tayo sa women's tag titles. Mamaya, pag-usapan natin yung lahat. Then, let's talk about Logan Paul. Masyado ako excited. Pasensya na. Let's go to Logan Paul. So, Logan Paul is on my screen once again. I can't believe it. In my entire life, I'm going to say this. Pero please, for once, drop this motherfucker out of my screen. Man, they're trying to book it. They're trying to book this motherfucker as a babyface. Like, it's not working at all. WWE is just putting background music on him and still not working. Boy. So fucking horrendous. Ay, nako. Why we're saying Logan Paul a lot of this shit. 1 minute of this show, I said a lot of Logan Paul. Seriously, let's talk about Logan Paul. Logan Paul, straight up, he asked Miss for the match at SummerSlam. So, Miss didn't care about it at first kasi gusto niya pa rin yung kanyang original plans na he wants to challenge for the undisputed tag titles. So, Logan Paul didn't care about it. Then, parang tinakot niya si Biz. So, ayan. Napa-accept niya rin. So, as expected, Ciampa is here as well. Inatake nila si Logan Paul. And the rest, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. So, basically, that's my Logan Paul talk. And no one cared about that. Okay, let's go to NXT. So, NXT, let's talk about Cora Jade. So, minid na madusa niya yung NXT Women's Tag Title. So, I love the promo. Nag-promo siya about Roxanne Perez. She said na pinasok niya si Roxanne in the NXT and binigyan niya ito ng wing para mag-shine sa NXT. She is the breakout. She said that. And in the end, nimadusan niya yung belt. Yeah, that's a personal word for me. Namadusan niya yung belt. You know, if kilala niya si Alundra Alundra Blaze. Okay, tama na yan. So, kung kilala niyo si Madusa, ginawa niya yung ginawa niya. She dropped the NXT Women's Tag Title on the trash. And, yeah. Basically, yun ang ginawa niya. That's a sign na they officially vacated the NXT Women's Tag Title. Like, putang ina. Imagine next week on NXT, Roxanne Perez will walk out with 2 fucking belts. Then gagawin niya yung Jericho Big Show thing. It's kind of bullshit for me if they did that. Obviously, at this point, vacant na to. At this point. So, mga Tyros. Vacant na to at this point. I wish na this match for the NXT Women's Title. Mas maganda siguro to. Pero let's see the next few days if ano yung kahihitatnan ng feud na to. But for now, I'm going to give Cora Jade a lot of applause. I love her improvement. Sinabi ko na I hate Cora Jade a lot of this show. But I'm going to give her a lot of applause. Kasi her heel work is impressive so far. So, I'm going to give her a lot of applause. Okay, let's continue with the ano mga ba to? Nakalimutan ko. So Diamond Mine. So continue tayo with Diamond Mine. Roderick Strong loves to destroy stables, siya. Sinisira niya lalo yung stable Putang ina yung Diamond Mine. Sinisira niya lalo dahil sa jealousy. So, this week on NXT, he fought Diamond Camp, his partner from GAB a few weeks back. Then, now, nag-fight sila one-on-one kasi wala lang. So, random. Kabobohan din ni Roderick Strong. Then, because of his stupidity, they fought. And thanks to his stupidity then, the Creeds got attacked backstage. Thanks to him. And it's kind of stupid after all na like sobrang lakas ng book sa Creeds tapos ganito. Like, putang ina. Anari. So fucking cringe. So fucking funny. I fucking hate this thing. Speaking of cringe, let's talk about the... Kailangan ba natin pag-usapan yung Dyad? So, yung Dyad, di ko natandaan yung names nila James Drake, Zach Gibson. But, bibigyan ko na kayo ng idea. Si Zach Gibson, mukha siyang roll-on. Pero I love his. Mas bagay sa kanya yung ganon. Pero mukha na siyang tao ngayon. At least mukha siyang tao. Si James Drake, hindi ko ma-imagine yung mukha niya ngayon. they changed their names prior to this. Okay? Binago nila yung names. Mukha na silang Dyad, obviously. Di ko lang na notes yung names nila. But let's see kung ano yung mangyayari sa Dyad and Joe Gacy. Bubuhatin lang naman nila ito. Putang ina. Then, fuck. Let's talk about Axiom. Tama ba? Axiom. Whatever. Former A Kid. So, I love this gimmick. Pero, sana mag-grow to sa akin. For now, I'm going to say it's mid. Pero, sana mag-grow sa akin tong gimmick na to. Na, I love his gimmick na on paper. Na sobrang mauutak. Na lahat ng gimmick or lahat ng moves ng kalaban niya ika-counter niya. Na in a brilliant way, and he did. I love that. Pero, hindi pa siya nag-grow sa akin. For now. At least for now, Then, yeah. Let's talk about the Battle Royale. So, prior to the match, nagpakita ulit sila ng QR code. And, nandun sa QR code na yun, na there's a woman walking in a 15-minute clip. Parang naglalakad siya papunta sa ring. And then, na-reveal siya was Zoe Stark. So, Zoe Stark won the match by eliminating Cora Jade. Last eliminating Cora Jade. Ito, she is a product of NXT Black and Gold. Sabihan ko na agad kayo, ha? She is a product of NXT Black and Gold. So, dapat pa ba akong mag-expect na mananalo siya kay Mandy? No way. Kung may makaka-dethrone kasi kay Mandy Rose, it should be a 2.0 talent talaga. Hindi galing sa old era. So, I would love, like what I said here in the show, we love Nikita Lyons of this show. I hope lang na mag-improve pa siya. We love Nikita on this show. We love Roxanne Perez of this show. But malabo pa siya for now. At least, Nikita for now, they're building her for a later date. Si Nikita, siya na yung nakikita kong big threat for her, for Mandy Rose, to dethrone her for the NXT Women's title. And let's see kung ganun nga ang mangyayari. Pero, ayun, tingnan muna natin kung ano pa yung kahantungan niya ng feud na to. For now, wala ng feud si Nikita. Reserve na to. Sana let's see kung ano yung ipaplano sa kanya. But I wish siya dapat yung mga talo kay Mandy, not Zoe Stark, the offense. Kahit kapapanalo lang. But yeah, tignan natin. Then, titignan din natin kung ano pa yung mangyayari sa story ni Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. There's a lot of stories that we need to find out. Then si Ronald McDonald, JD McDonough. Titingnan din natin kasi he is eyeing on Braun Breaker for the NXT title soon maybe. Let's see. Then, ayan, basically yun lang. Then, before we go to our second commercial break, let's talk about G1 Climax. So we're going to do recap of what happened for the past 3 nights of G1. So, ito, Saturday, Sunday, then noong Wednesday. Now, so we're going to do recaps. So, basically, lahat ng round 1 tapos na. Lahat ng first matches ng lahat ng blocks tapos na. So, Saturday, it's different na. So, may mabababa na ng blocks panigurado. So, night 1, so we got Aaron Henare. He defeated Hiroshi Tanahashi in a C-block match, 11 minutes and 11 seconds. Wow. Will Ospreay defeated El Fantasmo in a D-block match, 15 minutes and 6 seconds. Okay. Jay White defeated Sanada in a B block match, 18 minutes and 7 seconds. Nice. Kind of expected. I love this match, by the way. As expected, Jay White. Then, main event of night 1, Kazuchika Okada. He defeated Jeff Cobb, A block, in 21 minutes and 30 seconds. My match of the week. It proves na definitely Okada still has the ability or the, I love this man so much. B block, night 2. Let's talk about the B block first. Taichi defeated Tomohiro Ishii in 15 minutes and 21 seconds. Toru Yano defeated Jonah by count out in 9 minutes and 1 seconds, A block. Saxy Bridge Jr. defeated Kenta in a C block match, 21 minutes and 33 seconds. Okay, impressive. Then, main event, Juice Robinson defeated Shingo Takagi in a D block match, 21 minutes and 33 seconds. Okay. It's impressive. Night 3. Noong Wednesday lang to. So, Yujiro Takahashi defeated David Finlay 12 minutes and 59 seconds in a D block match. Okay. Tama Tonga defeated Chase Owens in a B block 30 minutes and 58 seconds. Okay. Bad Luck Fale defeated Lance Archer by count out, A block, 10 minutes and 46 seconds. Oh boy, Lance Archer is losing. Then, Hiroki Goto defeated Tetsuya Naito in a C block match, 22 minutes and 41 seconds. Okay. Titingnan ko pa. Bibigyan ko kayo ng update next week kung ano yung magiging rating ko about those matches. But I'm going to rate Okada Cobb at least 4 to 5 because it's so fucking good. So, magpo-post na lang ako probably on social media sa ratings ko for those matches. So, yan lang for our second half of the show. We're going to take our commercial break. But before that, let's remind our listeners about Shopee. So, like what I said, you can buy Cemento on Shopee. And everything you love about Shopee, you can buy it here. And by supporting the podcast, you can use our affiliate link for Shopee, podlink.co/BHX. Again, that's podlink.co/BHX. Sige, pag hindi kayo gumamit niyan, lalagyan ko na semento ulo nyo. Joke lang. Again, yun. So, if you want to support the podcast, you can use my link on the description. Okay, ano sa akin? linktr.ee/THEMTGSHOWPODCAST o you can type it on your browser. Diretso yun sa app. Then, check out. Get the order. Makatulong yun here on the podcast. So, that's it for our second half. We're going to talk about the women's tag titles in our attention to detail. Then, before that, we're going to do our predictions for Ring of Honor, Death Before Dishonor. And just a little bit. But first, we're going to take our commercial break. Let's check our bunkmates here on Bunk Collective.
I loved you then. I love you now. And I will continue loving you until I can no longer.
You took a part of me until I had nothing left.
The old me had to die so the new me could be reborn.
I didn't deserve that pain. I deserve love, just not from her.
Today, I choose myself.
I wanted to tell you, but you weren't there.
These are the stories that I wish you heard. Streaming weekly episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts.
Naguulat mula sa shore na kasing pretty ko.
Bringing you the latest and greatest.
And diving deep into the cool waters
of BLs and GLs.
And every kind of love there is.
We are
The Shippers.
Sail with us as we watch our favorite queer love stories.
And update you about the latest every week.
Kaya tara, sakay na as we sail the open seas.
With new episodes Mondays and Wednesdays on all major podcast streaming platforms.
Sakay na you. Let's go.
Okay, so we're back on the podcast. So before we go to our attention to detail, kasi mag-gap tayo ng isa dito after nito. So let's talk about Death Before Dishonor. So Death Before Dishonor is the first Ring of Honor event by Tony Khan. Then, ayun. So we have 7 matches here. 7. Tama 7. I lost my count. Ayun, so we have 7 matches on the card. And let's go. Allison Kay versus Willow Nightingale. Okay. So Willow will get the win here for sure. Di mo nag-expect. But yeah, Willow Nightingale will get the win. Then Samoa Joe versus Jay Lethal with Sajay Dutt and Satnam Sim for the Ring of Honor Television Championship. So, ito, just for formality, I want to see Samoa Joe win. I don't give a fuck about this feud. Kasi, like, it's so fucking pointless. I know the history between Joe and Lethal, but putting Satnam Singh in the mix and Sajay Dutt ruins everything about this match, about this feud in general. It's so fucking dull. At all. Sobrang dull. Ayun. So, ito. Protection ko, Samoa Joe will get the win. Then, ayun. Mercedes Martinez versus Serena Deeb for the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. tagal ko nang may na-manifest na Serena Deeb should win a world title or a women's title once again kasi sobrang ganda ng run niya sa NWA. But at this point dapat siya na yung maging champion sa Ring of Honor kahit pa paano. Kung walang title change dito, ito dapat yung isa. Nabigyan nyo ng title change. I love Mercedes, no offense to her fans, but I would love to see her fight maybe Thunder Rosa for the women's title soon. But it's Serena's time. Right? Serena's time. I would love to see her with the belt. Serena Deeb is so fucking awesome. Serena for me. So. Then, Wheeler Yuta versus Daniel Garcia in a Pure Wrestling Rules match for the Ring of Honor Pure Championship. Okay. So, ito, extension to ng JS versus BCC. So, walang kasawaan. Okay, so, ito, this match, I would love to see Yuta retaining the title. But, hindi rin ako magagalit if Daniel Garcia winning the belt. Hindi ako magagalit dito. Pero, may pick here. It should be Wheeler Yuta. Yuta talaga. Yeah. Ayun. Then, ayun. So, the Righteous versus Dalton Caso and the Boys for the Ring of Honor 6-man tag titles. Oh boy. UK and I talk about this a lot on the show. You can check our episode 106. And I'm glad they turned this shit out of on TV. I wish they could bring this title on Dynamite as well temporarily. Kasi wala namang 6-man tag title ang AEW. So, bringing this title back is a big plus for me. So, putting this title at least on Dynamite or Rampage, malaking bagay yun for me. And AEW, baka naman, gumawa na kayo ng 6-man tag titles. Please. Please, please, please. Baka naman. This match, I didn't care about this match. But the righteous should win. Retain to sa tingin ko. Then, ito, Jonathan Gresham defending the Ring of Honor World Championship versus Claudio Castagnoli for the Ring of Honor World title. So, it's pretty confusing kasi this is the first defense. This is hindi ko tanda kung ilan na yung defense ni Gresham dito. But I would love to see Claudio winning the belt. Pero hindi rin kasi siya pwedeng matalo since kababalik niya lang sa AEW. Kaka-debut na lang. Tapos matatalo siya kay Jonathan Gresham, one of the top guys of AEW or Ring of Honor. Like, so impossible to see Gresham losing. At the same time, it's so fucking impossible to see Claudio Castagnoli lose. So, it's a hard argument. But, safe naman matalo si Gresham. Pero, hindi safe matalo si Castagnoli at the same time. Si Claudio. Pero ito, regardless of the pick, I would love to see Gresham winning the match. But at the same time, I would love to see Gresham losing the belt to Claudio. But yeah. So, my heart says Castagnoli, but my mind says retain to, Gresham. Main event. So, FTR versus the Briscoes. 2 out of 3 falls. Yes, sinabi ko to last kasi mas excited ako dito kumpara sa in-advertise nila na main event. So, ito, so hard kasi obviously matatapos to 2-1, okay? 2-1 to, pakataw na tayo. 2-1, matatapos to on 2-1 decision. And definitely hindi mananalo ang Briscoes. So, FTR to, obviously. It's an FTR win. But definitely they should put this shit on the main event. Please, TK. May utak ka naman, Tony Khan. Put this shit on the main event spot. Please. I'm begging you. This match alone is so much better than the whole card of Dynamite this week. I love this shit. I cannot wait until Sunday. Sana kayo din. You can watch Ring of Honor on Fight worldwide. Wala sa Premier Sports, wala sa Top, wala rin sa Eurosport India. So, you can buy this pay-per-view by a Fight. And pwede kayo manood sa mga platforms na alam nyo. So, you can watch it on Watch Wrestling. You can watch it on whatever. Or sa BR Live if you're from US. So, yeah. That's it for our Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor 2022 predictions. Let me know your own predictions about this pay-per-view on our social media at AG Pinera. Before we go to our picks of the week, we're going to take our commercial break. And yes, i-record ko dito sa portion na to yung ATD. Pero, ayun. So, insert na lang nga natin dito. We're going to take a gap again. Let's check our bunkmates here on Bunk Collective.
Picture this. 2 guys talking about true crime,
weird mysteries,
horror stories.
But the conversation is light.
Mostly funny.
And sometimes naughty.
This is Scriptsalog,
a Spotify exclusive.
I'm Gideon.
And I'm Glenn. And we're serving huge portions of horror and true crime twice a week.
We'll make sure your cravings are satisfied.
And you'll be begging for more.
Char.
Check us out.
This is Scriptsalog, available exclusively on Spotify.
So Mars, what na? Do you want to talk about everything and anything under the sun? Listen to our fellow Pinoy stories or just catch up? Big cuento?
Why not? Here at Mars What Na Podcast, everything is free-flowing, like the alcohol that we may or may not be drinking.
You've got your Kumars Michelle and
Bethany, here finding what makes us distinctly Pinoy, our similarities, our differences.
Covering the topics about Pinoy experience from the motherland and abroad.
Catch us on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Kita Kits!
Okay. If nakaabot ka sa episode na to, sa part ng episode na to, thank you. and welcome back to the segment. Okay, let's go. Let's do serious talk here. Ah, ang saya, no? No, nakaraang linggo, tuwang-tuwa tayo dahil our Filipino team, AFF football team, national football team, won the championship. And magiging part sila ng FIBA World Cup soon. I'm so fucking happy to see our Filipino woman being part of that. And winning the tournament alone, so fucking huge. Yes, binanggit ko siya here kasi it's women's empowerment. Why not? But, let's talk some shit here. Alam mo, ako lang ba nakakamiss sa women's tag titles? Cause so fucking I lost my track on this. So yes, there's a lot of months since I talked about this shit. And ngayon lang ako sinipag mag-follow up about this. So here's a follow-up. On this week's episode of NXT, they throw the one half of the NXT Women's Tag Titles in the trash. Just like Alundra Blaze did before. I don't know, but they should put the main roster's counterpart of this into the trash as well. Kasi in the first place, you don't have plans for your fucking women's division. Parang we're telling you guys that Sasha and Naomi was right all along. All along. Tama? Sasha and Naomi was right about this. They don't respect the women's division. I know, sasabihin niyo naman sa akin na let the story play out. But let the story play out by sacrificing a lot of titles? Like, seriously? It's too much for me. Another question. Where's the women's tag titles now? Anyari na. Doon sa supposed to be tournament na igagawin nyo with the winner will be crowned NXT or Raw or WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Like, where's the belt now? I'm so fucking lost track on this thing right now. I'm so fucking pissed. I wish this title will be retired soon. Kasi they don't respect the women's tag titles. They don't fucking respect the dignity of this belt. They don't fucking respect you guys, women's division. They don't fucking respect women in general. We're not going to talk about Vince McMahon abusing women on tonight's episode, but instead, we're going to talk about his trash women's division. Ayoko mag-pretend sa inyo na nagagandahan ako on the women's side right now. There's some, pero it's an over hit or miss. Like what I said before here on the show or in this podcast part, I'm so fucking disappointed on some parts of it. Kasi like they don't take the women's division seriously. Hindi nila ma-take the division seriously. And they can't take this shit seriously. I hope probably after SummerSlam we're gonna get new women's tag team champions, or retire it permanently. Retire the belts for good. On the NXT side naman, sana lang, o kaya sana naman emerge yun na lang yung NXT o kaya yung women's tag titles or yung dalawang titles na at least pwede nyo mo gamit yung title Raw, SmackDown, NXT or UK. It's fine for me. It works for me. If it works for you guys, it's good for you. Kung hindi, I don't know. Hindi ko na alam. But, iwanan ko kayo ng question, okay? Before we end. Do you respect the women's division? Do you respect the way Vince McMahon booking this division? Number 3, if you are given a chance to book this shit, to book this women's division shit, what is the first thing in your mind? At ano yung una nyong ibubook for the NXT Women's Tag Titles? Or the Women's Tag Titles in general? Or the Women's Division in general? Kasi marami din nagko-complain about booking Sasha, booking Becky over and over, putting Bianca on the title picture. The SmackDown is okay, okay? Liv Morgan holding SmackDown is okay for me. But seeing Raw hostage again and seeing the women's tag titles out of action for some months now since the Sasha controversy, it's so fucking hilarious and at the same time so fucking disappointing. I hope there's some point that WWE thinks na sana naman magkautak din sila. Yun na lang. Mas proper yun. Sana magkautak sila. Sana book your women's division properly. Seriously. Book nyo na lang ng tama. And we need the women's tag titles back. If you guys didn't want the women's tag titles back, give them a mid-card title at least. Kahit isang mid-card title. Kaso, baka sabihin na naman ng stance dyan. Ginagaya niya nila yung TNT title. Why they're stealing ideas from AEW? Ganon naman ang iisipin nyo lagi eh. Pero mas maganda siguro kung mid-card na lang. I would love to see a woman's mid-card title. But, yeah, it is what it is. I'm going to end this shit with some question ulit. Is this shit will end soon? Kasi I'm tired of this shit. Think wisely. And Vince McMahon, mag-quit ka na. Please. Tangin naman. Screw you. Seriously, man. Seriously. cut this shit. Ayun. So, basically, that's my attention to detail episode. So, if you didn't catch that, pakinggan nyo na lang siya sa Spotify, Apple Podcast, and the rest of the platforms in a separate podcast format. On Monday, Manila time, I'm going to drop this anytime soon. And let's go to our picks of the week. So, our superstar of the week is Konosuke Takeshita from AEW Japan. I love his work so far from his match versus Eddie Kingston to his match versus John Moxley from last week. I'm so fucking love this guy. Woman of the week, Cora Jade, obviously. I love her work last week and definitely possible ito rin mapili ko for our Woman of the Week for this week. Then, match of the week, there's a lot. The three-way dance for the AEW Tag Titles at Fighter Fest. Then, yung Okada versus Jeff Cobb from Night 1 of G1 Climax 32. And the Pac versus Shota Umino from AEW Dark. Yun. Yeah. So, that's it for our podcast. So, basically, this is a long podcast. I hope you all can support this podcast. Follow the podcast on all of the social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and then TikTok at THEMTGSHOWPOD. You can listen on all of the episodes on your favorite podcast platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Deezer, sa Facebook kung meron pa. Then, on the rest of the podcast platforms and on the podcast app, which is available on Google Play Store. And also, please support Manila Wrestling. So, Filipino wrestling in general, please support Manila Wrestling Federation. You can check Action Abela every week on ganknow.com/Manila Wrestling Fed. Ayun, or manilawrestling.com. Parating na rin yung Road to Fate on September 11, 2022 sa Quezon City. You can check all of the details on Facebook page ng MWF. So, yun, Manila Wrestling Fed or Bank Collective. But then, so you can check our Bank Collective website, thebankph.com. You can support us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok at the Bong PH. You can join our community sa Discord, Discord.com ba? Discord dsc.co/bonk. Ayun. So you can join our Bonk Collective Discord community. You can chat with all of the Bonk mates and Bonk shows. And please follow me on social media at AJ Petera, Twitter and Instagram. And pagpasensya nyo na yung Instagram ko. Ano yung Twitter ko? Rather, there's a lot of comebacks coming right now. So, halo-halo na yung Twitter feed ko. Fuck that crap. I'm going to use my wrestling pod Twitter again. So, yun. That's it for our podcast this week. So, yeah. That's it. Stay safe. Stay wrestle. This is episode number 115 of the MT Show Podcast in cooperation with Bonk Collective. See you on the next episode. Peace. We're out.
Bakit mabaho ang utot?
Lulubog na ba ang Pilipinas?
Mahihain ba ang makaya? Bakit bumabagyo sa Pinas?
Mga katanungang bumabagabag sa kaisipan ni Juan, halika, bigyan natin ng mga siyentipikong kasagutan. Ito ang inyong gurong lakan mula sa Bulacan, Sir Red. At ito ang Hainay na Tagham the Podcast Year 2. Pakinggan sa lahat ng major podcast streaming platforms. Tara, matuto, magsaliksik, magkaroon ng dagdag na kaalaman. Haynayan, magpakailanman.